Welcome to channel Today in History. In today's video we will talk about the day, July 14, 1789, fall of the Bastille. On July 14, 1789, the people of Paris, mobilized in support of the National Assembly, stormed the Bastille and then destroyed it. It was an old fortress built to defend the eastern part of the city, transformed into a prison for political convicts. Since the days of Cardinal Richelieu, it represented a symbol of absolutism. In addition, it stored grain and gunpowder, a circumstance that people took advantage of to plunder it, as the previous year's harvest had been disastrous and taxes had increased. On June 30th, a mob had gone to the Abbey of Saint-Germain-des-Prés, where several French guards accused of indiscipline were imprisoned, to free them. The tension was extreme, and there was fear that foreign troops close to the interests of the royal family and the nobility would attempt some attack on Paris. The population, intimidated and uninformed, was surprised by the news that Necker had been dismissed by the king the day before, a fact that he considered unequivocal proof of the existence of an aristocratic plot. On the afternoon of July 12, makeshift speakers began to gather scores of citizens, calling out against the nobility and the royal family and urging the population to arm themselves. The next day, thousands of people gathered in front of Paris City Hall to demand that the available weapons be handed over to them. At the same time, the Standing Committee was formed, whose first decision was the creation of a bourgeois militia, the National Guard, composed of 800 citizens from each district of the city, whose objective was to ensure public safety. At dawn on the 14th of July, a large crowd gathered in front of the Palace of the Invalids, demanding the surrender of the weapons there, and, finding neither powder nor ammunition, headed for the Bastille fortress. The mayor, the Marquis de Launay, had a small garrison. During the morning there were several meetings to negotiate the delivery of weapons and ammunition to the mutineers. Launay evacuated the front of the fortress and entrenched himself behind the ditches, promising a city hall delegation that he would not shoot the mutineers if he was not attacked. However, when a mob invaded the fortress courtyards and reached the drawbridge, Launay ordered his soldiers to fire. Nearly 100 attackers were killed. Several citizens and a group of guards surrounded the fortress with 4 cannons aimed at the drawbridge. Launay offered the capitulation of the fortress to Lieutenant D'Ely, who accepted it, but the mutineers refused to agree to the terms of surrender. Once the bridges were lowered, the crowd rushed into the fortress, freed the 7 prisoners held there, and seized the gunpowder and ammunition, murdering 3 officers and 3 soldiers. In the following days, the riots continued and barricades were erected in the streets waiting for a counterattack that never came. The revolution had triumphed. Did you like the video? In the description you will find the blog link with the full article. Give an incentive by subscribing to the channel, liking, commenting and sharing with your friends. Hugs. Until the next.